Tash, what are you doing?
Playing a
I can see that, with a very cheap-looking UFO.
No, after Ed Wood, I got into my sci-fi, like, real bad. I wonder if Tim Burton ever made a sci-fi movie.
Ah, well in fact he did, right after Ed Wood.
Ooh.
He made his own B-style movie, Mars Attacks. Take a look.
Jiminy Christmas, look at this cast list!
I know.
Blimey!
I could not believe the cast list when I saw Mars Attacks in the DVD store. We got Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Pierce Brosnan, Martin Short, Danny DeVito, Annette Bening, Natalie Portman. The list goes on, and it looked like a sort of traditional sci-fi movie, and like. I just watched it. I watched it at home and, bought it instantly, and I just couldn't believe, because they were stylizing it to make it look like a B movie, and that would make sense because the film came after Ed Wood, and so it sort of made sense that Tim was sort of inspired to make his sort of own B-style movie, sci-fi, and I was really intrigued on his attack on it. But anyway, just go to the review. And so now for Mars Attacks trivia, here is Tash, and this is my attempt to sound like some weird computer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tim described Mars Attacks as a Mad magazine version of the Independence Day, which was released in the same year.
I don't really much care when it's... But interesting other facts, that Mars Attacks was the very first film that Tim directed that did not have a character's name in the title.
The studio didn't want Jack Nicholson to die in the movie, but Tim ended up killing both his characters.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, the way he dies in it though, I found that really funny.
Yeah.
Really random though. Susan Sarandon, Meryl Streep, Michael Keaton and Hugh Grant were considered for the roles, including the First Lady, Donald Kessler and Artland.
I kind of see Susan and Michael doing it, but I think Glenn Close was pretty funny.
Since 2 people were listed as the main characters, only 7 survived.
Kind of like Alien, but only 2 survived. That's including the cat.
I love films like that though.
Yeah.
Especially
because you don't know who's going to make it out.
Yeah. A bit like Saw Blush.
I like the fact that in Mars Attacks, most of the characters who survive are kids and teenagers, so...
Oh yeah, especially Natalie Portman.
We're smarter than we look.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so one of the things that I think really sort of surprised me was that the fact that you go through each character, you go through each household, family, couple, whatever, and there are a lot of films that do that, but most of them I usually find where, how sometimes you have a series of stories and you kind of go, oh, we have to go back to that? Oh, really? I'm not interested in these characters. I was interested in all the characters, and I think the reason why is because they were just so out there and weird, and that therefore made it interesting. They were very different locations of America. New York, Washington, Kansas, where else? Las Vegas, and it's like, how did I forget Las Vegas? But, and not only that, just very interesting characters, we've got the president, first lady, and their daughter, we have a family who lives in a caravan with a teenage boy who gets along with his grandmother, who's kind of weird. We have a few, TV presenters, scientists, army men, alcoholics, gamblers, all that kind of thing, and it was great. Tom Jones as well. And, Okay, so I was interested in all the characters, and I think they just made it really fun. They were funny, and they just looked like they had fun making this film. And I really love seeing that when you see people, you know, enjoying what they do, and that's what I get from it. Okay, so let's talk about the Martians themselves. Obviously, they were inspired by the trading cards. I don't know if they've sort of like re-released them nowadays, or I don't know. You just see them on the internet or something like that. I don't know. They were so weird looking, and you know, were like sort of really the kind of aliens that you sort of have in mind. You know, because, yeah, like, pretty much, and, I think, and sort of going to the CG thing, like, I know that originally they wanted to have, stop motion, but then they transferred to CG. I think it's because of, time and budget. It's always a problem, isn't it? But I could see that even though they were using CG, they kind of sort of made them look like they were, like the movements they made was like stop motion. It's kind of like how I see the movie Flushed Away from Aardman Studios. Of course, they're well known for doing like Wallace and Gromit, and you know, stop motion is pretty much their thing. And Flushed Away was CG, but you can sort of kind of tell they were trying to make them look like stop motion. They were trying to make the characters move like stop motion animation, so I could sort of see that. And again, it was sort of like Beetlejuice. They tried to make them look really cheap, and in some cases, I really liked that. Some may argue it makes it dated, but honestly, I don't. Like, well, I mean, I don't complain about it because the dialogue they don't do like pop culture references. I think the closest one is Tom Jones, but I thought he fit. I thought he really fit. You know, the songs were, you know, obviously entertaining, and I think Tim made a joke that he could see Tom Jones in an action film because obviously he's sung for Thunderball. Yeah, I kind of understand that. He has that kind of voice for an action kind of... Yeah, I felt like he kind of fit. Like, I thought that, you know, Prince fit in Batman, so there you go. And I love the flying saucers. It was a great sort of homage to Ray Harryhausen, Earth of the Flying Saucers. And I think the thing that I really love about it is just the fact that it's a fun movie. And, you know, like with Tim Burton, you're in for a treat. And that's what I usually get. Again, it was sort of like Beetlejuice. You're just in for a fun ride. And that's pretty much it. And I think with sci-fi films like that, sci-fi, like Alien Invasions, I prefer that, like a fun ride kind of sci-fi. It's kind of sort of like, again, I've mentioned Beetlejuice, Rocky Horror Show, Little Shop of Horrors, you know, Earth versus the Flying Saucers, you know, that sort of thing. Or, if you want to go a little kid-friendly, I was thinking sort of like Monsters versus Aliens, you know, just have a laugh. Because I know that Independence Day came out the same year, and yeah, it's not a bad movie-ish. I mean, if you enjoy it, fine. You know, it's got some good things in them. I think it's just because with Alien Invasions, I can't take them too seriously. I think the only serious Alien movie is obviously the Alien franchise until it kind of got weird, but like the first two movies, like you know, but they sort of brought it up to atmosphere. But in Mars Attacks, you know, straight from the beginning, you know that you're not supposed to take this seriously. You're in for a fun ride, and that is pretty much what it is. And even Danny Elfman's score, you know, even the main titles, yes, it gives the image of an alien invasion, but it's fun, and that's what I get from it. So if you want a fun alien invasion movie, want a lot of laughs, go on a fun ride, great music, great performances, Mars Attacks is your film.